We have several persons of interest.
Who has changed their story?
I don't know.
Inconsistency within family members.
We have several people of interest.
Let's look at the polygraph.
They told me he failed it. I lost it.
Do you know the whereabouts of Hailey Dunn? It showed deception was indicated in his answer.
It really doesn't bother me because, my main focus is just Hailey.
He said she could probably be found in Scurry County. What significance is Scurry County?
She has a lot of family and friends over there. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't have any explanation. I don't want to defend him.
I can't imagine anyone would hurt a 13-year-old girl, to which Adkins allegedly responded, yeah, it'd be like killing a deer. We are taking your calls out to Maria in Massachusetts. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you for taking my call. My problem here is I've been seeing this show since it broke out. I watch you every night, and the mother, Billy, has no emotions whatsoever. And here is her mother talking about her daughter being raped and maybe even murdered, and there's still no emotions.
To Billy Dunn. Billy Dunn, you've been doing a lot of defending yourself. I want to hear your response to that.
I have every horrible emotion imaginable. I break down several times in my room by myself. I try my hardest not to do it on TV, but I do. I try my hardest not to do it around family. I shouldn't have to be defending myself. The fact is, Hailey's not in this house. Nobody's found her. Everybody needs to remember that the whole reason her face is being put out there is because she's not in her house.
Right now, out to Mark Class, president and founder of Class Kids Foundation, who went through the same thing many years ago when his daughter Polly went missing. Weigh in, Mark.
First of all, I really admire Billy. I admire the fact that she can come on this show every night and have people trash her, have people accuse her of things, even in the last few minutes have another one of your guests do a character assassination on her daughter, yet she stands tall, she answers all the questions, so I do believe this woman. Now, as far as this business of the grandmother's thoughts of what's going on, I'd like to address that quickly. When you don't know where your child is, particularly over the long term, then your imagination is going to fill in the blanks. And when you're living a nightmare, which is exactly what these people are living right now, nightmare scenarios most easily come to mind. This is just such a horrible situation. And, despite the fact that her daughter's missing, she seems to be taking it from all sides. And I think she's doing a heck of a job of standing up to the scrutiny.
Okay, Mark, let's break it down and look at the facts that we know.
Sure.
We know that this is what I know. I know the boyfriend, and Billy Dunn, let's go in a 3-box. I want to see Billy Dunn and Mark Class. Billy, if I say anything incorrectly, correct me. I know, based on what Billy Dunn has told me, that the boyfriend has now moved back home with his mom, and he is not talking to her anymore. She told me last night he lawyered up. He's got a defense attorney. I know that searchers are zeroing in around the area around where the mom lives. Okay? I know that he walked out on a polygraph. And I know, based on what Billy Dunn has told me, and she's tried to defend him, but she's also been telling what I perceive to be the truth. That morning, Mark Class, he gets to work. It's what, 20, 30, 40 miles away? He gets to work 6 a.m., punches in, gets a soda, looks at his boss, walks out, and then I know for a fact that he is pinged, because I've got it right here in the police documents. He's pinged back in Colorado City. According to Billy Dunn, you don't drive through Colorado City to get to his mother's house, which is where he said he went that day. I'd like to know what time he finally shows up there, but why go all the way to work and then just leave after 10 minutes, Mark?
Well, first of all, you don't, do you? I mean, that's the reality of it. And every day, another little piece of information
Billy Dunn, I want to hear your thoughts on what I've just portrayed. Or is that all correct? Has he cut off contact with you?
Yes, that is all correct.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
That's all correct.
No, I can barely hear you. Would you repeat one more time, please?
I was just saying that you are correct with all of that.
Let's go to the lawyers. Unleash the lawyers. Joining us tonight out of Washington, D.C., Eleanor Odom, felony prosecutor, death penalty qualified. Raymond Giudice, Atlanta defense attorney. Peter Odom, Atlanta defense attorney, joining us out of Atlanta. Weigh in, Eleanor.
Well, Nancy, this is very disconcerting because you've got so many stories from the boyfriend, different things that he said he's done. So I would look very closely at him and any inconsistent statements that he's made, because that can be used later if there's a trial.
Raymond?
That's the biggest problem his lawyers got, is these inconsistent statements. And let me link something. They didn't take that sheet to give it to the dogs for tracking. They took that sheet off the bed to look for male DNA. And if you add that to what the grandmother is alleging, there's big trouble in this case for that defense team.
Peter Odom?
My heart goes out here to Billy. She's in a very tough position. I mean, it's not going to be lost on her. She's an intelligent, sensitive woman, and it's not going to be lost on her that the inconsistencies against the boyfriend, Sean, are mounting. And
okay, wait a minute. I'm asking you for a defense analysis, and you're saying my heart goes out. Okay, Peter, come on.
Yeah.
Pretend you're in court. Let's hear your defense. What would you be advising the boyfriend to do
Billy
right now?
What would I be advising the boyfriend to do? Exactly what he's doing. Stop cooperating with the police. Because the evidence against him is mounting, and he's doing nothing but creating more evidence against him every time he opens his mouth or goes to the police station.
Back to Billy Dunn. Let me see if I can hear you this time. Miss Dunn, why do police want to dig under your home?
Because they asked if there was a way they could get under the home to search, and I told them, sure, we'll get them under there. There was a place that Clint, when he was here, he boarded up a long time ago so the dogs couldn't get under there, but I know where it is and we can get them under there.
To Connie Jones, this is Hailey's grandmother. Your son, Hailey's biological father, several nights he hasn't been able to come on the show because he is out physically looking for Hailey. He is out looking for her. Where has he been looking?
In Odessa. He got a lead from somebody in Odessa, and he's pursuing it.
Do you know what the lead was?
That he was seen over there with this younger man, and he called me earlier today, and he said that he had talked to the lady that seen her, and I'm hoping and praying that it's her. I mean,
so, are you saying that there has been a credible sighting of Hailey in Odessa?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about the sighting?
He said that they were on the side of the road with a sign, and she said that they had a Shih Tzu dog, and she thought the sign said dog for sale. And so she stopped, and the sign said, please help with food or money. And she gave him $5, and she said she was positive that it was Hailey.
Who was she with?
A younger man, like maybe in his early 20s, late teens or something.
Okay, Billy Dunn, any idea who this could be, and have cops told you about a possible sighting in Odessa?
No, but Clint did tell me about hearing that about a week and a half ago, and I did tell him to make sure he went to some authority figure to let them know about that.
To Dr. Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst, author of Deal Breakers. Bethany, weigh in.
I think Billy is a brave woman for coming on this show and doing everything possible to get her daughter's name and face out there. But what I wish Billy would do is fill in the blanks a little bit more, provide some theories. For instance, when Sean said that her daughter Hailey was in Scurry County, what is the significance of Scurry County? Did Sean have any close friends that he was in contact with who were strange?
Hold on, Bethany, that's a great question. What about it, Billy Dunn? Scurry County, what's the connection?
Me and Hailey have a lot of friends and family there.
You know, it sounds like a lot of people think she's taken off and is hiding out in Odessa or Scurry County. But the reality is police have said that simply is not true. Billy, shed some light on it.
It's a good thought and a good hope, and really the only hope, the best thing we can hope for is that she would be hiding out. But she's 13. She took nothing. I didn't worry about her being a bad kid.
I'd never do nothing to that little girl.
Sean Atkins was the last person to see 13-year-old Hailey Dunn alive.
I love her with all my heart.
Boyfriend, he came home from work. He seen Hailey. Hailey was there.
This is where the story takes a tragic turn.